Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jayadi if you're new here, and thank you so much for clicking on the second episode of A Brown Girl's Guide. And if you're coming back from the first episode, then thank you so much, welcome back. But if you're just clicking on this video now and just discovered it, I just want to give you a quick rundown of what we're going to be doing. I'll pick a topic every single week specifically relating to struggles that brown girls go through within those topics, but of course the advice is open for anybody who is able to relate to it. So if you feel like this is something that's for you, then make sure to subscribe and like this video, also to share it around with your friends. We can build a little community together, and guys, I'm more than happy to take suggestions as well. So if you guys have something that you think I should talk about, then please let me know in the comments down below. With that, let's get into today's topic because it's definitely a juicy one. Today I really want to touch upon the concept of beauty standards. God knows that brown girls get some very unrealistic beauty standards put upon them, and I have 4 key points that I'm going to go through today while I do a nice and natural makeup look that will embrace my natural beauty. So if you guys like the makeup look, feel free to follow along on that with me as well. The first topic I'm going to talk about today is embracing your natural features, followed by combating colorism. The third topic is going to be how your beauty should shine from within, along with the last topic being how we can unlearn generational beauty biases. So all of the juicy, meaty stuff is going to be touched upon in this video. I feel like we can learn a lot from each other here. If you have been looking for some big sister advice, this should be the perfect video for you. And let's get started. As I do a natural makeup look, the first topic I want to talk about is embracing your natural features. Because we all have such unique individual features that only suit us and nobody else, I feel like that is not appreciated enough in today's society. I think the way that social media has become so prevalent in our world today, it feels like everybody kind of has this set standard of beauty and we all need to fit that mold. My first advice that I want to give all my brown girls or anybody out there who's watching is that you don't have to fit any type of beauty standards. You should be making beauty standards fit to yourself. Now you may be wondering what I mean by this. If you're somebody who is on social media a lot and you see all of these new trends like what blush to buy, what lip combos to get, all of those sorts of things, or even which brands to support to have the perfect base routine, those trends are great because a lot of the times they're trending because the products are genuinely good and inclusive of everyone. A lot of the times those products are not inclusive at all, and the trends are predominantly made from the Western environment and Western standards. If you find that a certain beauty product or even skincare product does not work for you, you have no reason to give in to that product and buy it. So I'm telling you guys right now, whenever you see a beauty trend, don't just give in to it because everybody else seems to be buying it. Do your research, see if it works for your skin. You can even go into beauty stores and get samples of the product, test it out for 1 or 2 days. I feel like that way you're actually getting your money's worth and actually making the product fit for you. Even if you don't want to do that and test it out for a long time, you can go to the attendants at the store, get them to shade match you, or if you see a worker there who you think looks similar to you, try to ask for their opinions because that's what they're there for. Some examples of inclusive brown girl beauty brands that I can give you guys personally is actually Rare Beauty. I have used a lot of their products and I can say they're genuinely inclusive of everyone. For example, the blush that I use constantly is the Rare Beauty blush. It genuinely works on every single skin tone. I've seen even girls darker than me try it online and it looks absolutely stunning on them. And another one that I can recommend that's really brown girl friendly is actually Fenty Beauty as well, which I have seen work for many skin tones time and time again. Another key thing that I want to touch upon in terms of beauty standards is facial hair for brown girls. Guys, if you have facial hair as a girl, that is so fine. It is actually so normal. Every single person has it, and don't feel embarrassed about it at all, because I used to feel embarrassed about that, especially going to a high school where there was only 2 brown girls in the grade. It just felt like nobody there had as much facial hair as me, like a little mustache or unibrow. I'm telling you right now, it's so normal. It's just that more Western people have lighter hair, so their hair is not as prevalent on their face, but that is so fine. If you are looking to remove facial hair, I would really recommend waxing, and I would really recommend laser hair removal as well. But if you're not, guys, it's totally fine as well, because it doesn't make you any less beautiful. You'll be grateful that you didn't give into hair removal too much as well, because you will always have your beautiful luscious brows, eyelashes, and all of those features because you have facial hair on your face. So try to love yourself for it rather than hate on yourself, and know that the amount of hair that you have on your face is not defining the level of your beauty at all. The next thing I want to talk about is actually combating colorism, because I know that is a huge thing that brown girls go through, and sometimes people do it to you without even realizing. It's not their fault. Sometimes racism and colorism can be so inbuilt within society. I really want to start out by saying that the color of your skin does not define how beautiful you are. Whether you're light, you're dark, medium shaded, or anything, I know that South Asian girls specifically can range from colors so much, and it does not define how amazing and how beautiful you are, because your color is a part of your feature and it's something to be proud of rather than to be ashamed of. You're never too light for anyone and you're never too dark for anyone. Also really want to acknowledge my privilege when it comes to colorism, because I know especially in South Asian cultures, lighter skinned brown girls are not facing the heat of colorism the way that more darker skinned brown girls are. But I just want you to know that if somebody ever makes you feel bad for the color of your skin, that means they are truly projecting their own insecurities onto you. It's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of how unpure their heart is. Now when you look at beauty trends, girls are literally trying to get fake tans to try to make themselves look more beautiful, and I just want to say what a huge shift that has been, because if you're a brown girl, you do not have to fake tan, and people now will wish that they have your skin color. In this world where it is so common to find influencers or content creators who are similar to you, look out for people out there who are making content that will directly relate to you. Especially if you're looking for beauty content or beauty advice, I'd really recommend, if you're a brown girl, to follow more brown creators. For example, I want to give a shout out to this girl named Monica Ravichandra, and she makes actually brown girl approved makeup content. I find really helpful when making makeup decisions and seeing which brands I should go for versus which brands I shouldn't. I feel like this way we're not only promoting the community around us, but we're also finding people who are similar to us that can help us embrace our natural beauty more than us trying to fit into a mold that really isn't meant for us. The third point I want to touch on is how beauty truly shines from within. Now this is such a normal thing I feel like everybody tosses around these days, but nobody really truly embraces it in their everyday life. So if you aren't doing this, then this is your sign to start, because it genuinely makes a difference when you're taking care of yourself from within versus when you're only trying to make yourself look good from the outside, but inside you're actually kind of rotting. Some tips on taking care of your inner beauty actually starts with doing simple things like going on daily walks and drinking lots of water. If you don't have a water bottle, buy yourself a water bottle and keep it next to you at all times, because it truly does make the biggest difference. It's something that I'm constantly trying to work on as well, because I know that I actually did not focus on water as much, but this year I've been trying to improve on that a lot. And going on daily walks or getting some kind of exercise in daily can actually help you so much. Especially if you're somebody who works indoors, I really recommend trying to get outside maybe once a day or once every other day, because it will make you feel so much better. Genuinely, sun is therapy, and sun actually helps brown girl skin glow so much, because it's making you feel better from the inside while making you feel better from the outside as well. I also want to talk about intellectual beauty and how doing things like even reading a book can have such an improvement on your beauty. When you feel like an intellectual yourself, your confidence shines from the outside. I'd really recommend self-improvement books or reading books that actually tell a story where you can learn something from it. Some recent books that I've read that have really helped with that are Conversations on Love, and also a book called Just Last Night by Harry McFarlane. Conversations on Love has a series of different essays from different authors. It actually talks about the different types of love we all face. When you're reading about love and reading about the sociology behind love, it's helping your emotional intelligence grow, and I feel like that really reflects in the types of conversations you can have and the type of confidence you resonate through your inside beauty. My fourth and final point for today that I really want to touch upon is unlearning unlearning generational beauty biases. Now, I think this is the biggest topic of all when it comes to beauty standards for brown girls or any girl of culture when it comes to that. Even guys, I know that guys also have their own versions of beauty standards, but for this section, I'm specifically going to be talking to my brown girls or girls in general out there. You are not too light or too dark. You are not too big or too small, and your lips or your nose are not too big or too small either, because I feel like starting with those are the biggest beauty biases that girls of our ethnicity specifically face. If we're being completely honest, a lot of these beauty biases are coming straight from our own households, our own culture, our communities, which is the saddest part, because you would think when people look like each other, they're going to uplift each other. And I've started noticing that in the younger generation, girls have got each other's backs, especially brown girls. They don't let each other down in terms of their looks, especially in India where I'm from. Brands like Fair and Lovely are still a big thing, which should not be a thing in today's day and age, you guys. When I look back at some of those ads where it shows that a brown girl puts that cream on and turns into a literal white girl, like they changed the actor in the ad, it genuinely breaks my heart, because that is so unrealistic and that is never ever going to happen. A cream is not going to transform the person that you are. That is absolutely ridiculous. If you have ever fallen prey to one of those biases, I just want to say that I'm really sorry, but know that there's better out there. Although it was hard to unlearn in the past, in today's day and age where social media is a thing, where talking to each other is a big thing, communication on all platforms 24/7, we can talk about issues like that and actually unlearn them altogether and make sure that we're not passing that down to future generations. But just realize that people who are older than you who might be commenting on things to do with your beauty, they are actually struggling with their own mindset, letting go of those outdated ideals. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. I know that we talked about some pretty intense and big topics. Of course, there is obviously so much more to be said about these things, so if you have any perspective on it, definitely let me know in the comments down below, and let me know if you're a brown girl or guy or whoever out there who loves makeup, what is your favorite beauty product to use, especially ones that you think are inclusive. I think we can all learn from each other when it comes to that. I really hope you guys got some good big sister advice when it comes to beauty standards and embracing your sense of individuality. I know that me giving you this advice has really empowered me as well. Go over to your parents, your friends, whoever it is, and have these kinds of talks with them as well. It will make you feel so much better inside and out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I want everyone to share this video with one person who they think it will resonate with. Also guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well, and with that I will end the video off here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.